All right, welcome everyone. This is your Art of Bariatrics Renew course orientation slide deck. And I am Erica Lavella. And throughout this course, you're going to be getting some sort of didactic education from myself. You're going to be getting some from Bonnie. And then you're going to get both of us on all the live coaching calls and then interacting with you throughout the Facebook group, etc. And oh my gosh, we are just so excited. This has been a long time coming. We are both fully committed to seeing each and every one of our weight loss surgery women really fulfill their deepest desires, which is achieving this deep, loving connection to their bodies and to food and to their metabolism. And we're just really, really excited to be here. So thank you for signing up. So it's just a quick orientation overview. We just want to let you guys know how our program's going to work and kind of what to expect as you go through the workflow. Um, our intention is we want to renew our mindset and our metabolism with structure, aka our meal plan and weekly check ins and coaching. And also, everything we do is backed by research. Again, this gut microbiome science, metabolism science, real food is feeding us, and then also this mind body relationship and this connection to ourselves. So we're going to renew our mindset, renew our metabolism, renew our mind body relationship, renew our weight loss journey, and renew your gut health. And the pillars of our course really are based around nourishment, yes, food, but also emotional nourishment, mental nourishment, right? So, how do we find fulfillment? Leading into what does our body really need? What is our impulse telling us? Our society has confused us in so many ways. And we're really instructed from a very young age not to feel, not to emote, not to cry. And I think we often pleasure seek because of those things. We're going to be going over a lot of gut health. And this is a lifelong endeavor, a lifelong journey, but I'll be sharing with you along the way some of the science and also just the basic things that we can do to really take care of this connection between gut bacteria and our bodies. Movement, quality sleep is absolutely essential. We'll be talking a little bit about that and how we can, we'll be monitoring it, right? Observing our sleep patterns. Stress management, huge. We'll be doing a lot of mindfulness and reflecting on how stress shows up. And then mental flexibility. So, what are our patterns? What are our thoughts? What are our kind of all or nothing black and white thinking? And what is the origins of all this stuff? We're going to really be kind of diving back in time a little bit. When did these habits and patterns really show up for us? How old are they? The older they are, often the harder they are to sort of connect with. You're going to be having some course materials, a client handbook, which is just a good kind of overview. In fact, let me in this slideshow here and I'll show you what our client handbook looks like. So this is going to be in an email attachment. And we just talk about our intention, why weight loss surgery is there. Again, our pillars. Honestly, it's very similar to this presentation. And then there's a commitment statement, and we highly encourage you to print this out, keep on your desk or near your computer, wherever you want to kind of organize yourself for this process. You can keep a notebook, you can keep a 3-ring binder, but print out this commitment contract and then sign it. And this is just a way to really hold yourself kind of accountable, right? You're really setting an intention here. And this will be, like I said, an email attachment. And then we're going to have a checklist, and I'll show you what our checklist looks like. And again, these are just other ways to keep yourself on track, keep yourself organized. And organization is really key to just the flow of life. So, general housekeeping, create a special email folder. Everything that we send out is going to have the Renew course in the subject heading. And then get the client handbook. And then for the live calls, these are already set and scheduled for every Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to be having sort of a prompt, a lot of question and answer, some mindfulness exercises. You're going to want to listen to the recordings because it's going to be really integrated into this whole program. If you can't attend, they'll be recorded and they'll be sent out within 24 hours. Our private Facebook group, again, in the original email where you're going to be getting these attachments, there's also going to be a link that you click on in which you will join the private Facebook group. Once in the private Facebook group, review the information. There's some guidelines. The basic guidelines are be supportive, be kind. Again, we're here as a group to facilitate healing and growth for each other. So that's really what we want to keep it centered. We want to keep it very, very positive. And so review the rules. There's also a little welcome video in there. You can check that out. And then it's just a reminder to print your checklist and keep it somewhere where you can see it every day. And then just some other materials to kind of think about. A journal and a pen. Again, it can be a notebook, but we're going to be doing a lot of self reflective journal prompts. Computer, phone, internet access, of course, Zoom. We'll give you the link. It will have to be password protected, but again, we'll use the same link, same password every time. Walking, exercise shoes, comfortable clothes. We are going to be consistently integrating more movement into our lives. Food prep containers, I prefer the glass kind of Pyrex um, Tupperware containers because glass is non-toxic. You can heat it up in the microwave, better for the environment, etc. And then a water bottle. And my preference for a water bottle is either stainless steel. You only put water in this water bottle. And I also have a preference of filtered water. Our municipal water sources are loaded with chlorine and loaded with trace, again, chemicals to help keep it safe and free of bacteria, but it also alters the taste. And I have so many bariatric clients that tell me that they don't like the taste of water. If you get filtered water, it's going to taste so exquisitely good. Please do that. And then other self-care items, Epsom salts. Epsom salts is really rich in magnesium. It's a really comforting and relaxing way to kind of wind down. Essential oils are lovely. Our olfactory nerve, which is the nerve that carries the scent of smell, goes directly to your hypothalamus in your brain. The hypothalamus is the part of your brain that controls sleep wake, energy, right? Metabolism. And it also goes straight to your amygdala, which also regulates emotions. So it's pretty fascinating. Once we can start building these self care practices and mindfulness practices, and our body starts associating smells with relaxation, that's when we can get into what aromatherapy really is. So, again, we're just really trying to build this really nurturing, loving kindness in the body. And that's part of our stress reduction. And that's part of our gut health. And that's part of nurturing our metabolism. A yoga mat is helpful. We're going to be doing some yoga every Sunday. You're going to be getting an invitation to do a free yoga class on Zoom with a really good friend and colleague of ours. And so, yeah, get comfortable moving in your body. And I want you to take a minute here. We can just pause, set an intention. Many of you have shared what your intention is with us in our discovery calls and your reason for being here. Most of you have expressed the intention being a weight plateau or weight gain. I want you to go deeper than that. When we look at just weight, we often result to the marketing idea that you can restrict yourself at all cost. We are really in this program going to think totally differently. We're going to think more abundantly. We're going to connect with our body because your body is wise. Humans have been along a long time, alive a long time on this planet. And in order to really put your body's needs first, we have to think differently than calories, differently than, keto or paleo or carbs. So sit with this a minute. Who do you want to be? What does she feel like? How easy does she breathe? How connected is she to her children? How connected is she to a lover? How connected is she to her own body, her own sense of pleasure and happiness and joy? Is she also connected to sadness and grief? Again, as a human, it is very normal and natural to feel all of these things. And as a woman, we have the exquisite ability to feel them all at once. So, my intention for you is to build trusting, supportive community where our thoughts, emotions, triumphs, and struggles can be shared and held. I also want to see us grow capacity for self-love, learning about the body from a anatomical perspective, from a physiology perspective, from an emotional perspective, from a thought process, belief process perspective, from an internal and external experience perspective. We're going to be applying the art of bariatrics, which is proprietary, Bonnie and I's own style of how we want to interact with our own bodies, but also how we want to help coach and guide you to interact with your own. We're going to mother ourselves. We're going to sister ourselves, and we're going to be friends to ourselves and to each other. We also encourage or want our intention for you is to be curious to try new things. Many people that I talk to have really averse taste preferences towards bitter or tart or sour. Gut health needs this stuff. And so when we kind of shift our mindset from, a protein shake or a protein bar because we think it's calorie controlled and it tastes like candy, and we start thinking, oh, I actually have to think bigger than this. I have to feed these microorganisms that live in my gut because they make healing chemicals for the rest of my body. They support my immune system. They support my mood. They support my skin. They support my body weight. They support my hormones of appetite. Go beyond, again, calories. We're going to really start nurturing our gut microbiome. We're going to try new things. Develop flexibility as a practice. So sometimes we can get black and white thinking. We can be all or nothing. Many of you have expressed, I've been doing, 1,200 calories a day. I've been exercising 5 days a week, and I'm at a stall. And then I realize I can eat pizza and drink beer and not lose or gain any weight either. So I might as well, so again, there's a flexibility here. When you learn and you practice doing the right thing by your body most of the time, and you want to do it because it feels good, and you want to do it because it makes it easier to move, easier to exercise, easier to sleep, well, it just shifts it. There's more flexibility. You can have flexibility, eat the pizza every once in a while, have that feel good, have that not guilt you, enjoy it because of the people you're with, enjoy it because it tastes good and it's something you haven't had in a while. Maybe you learn how to make it your own at home. Again, more control of the ingredients, more healthy ingredients. So, the sense of being grounded to your body, grounded to your intention, grounded to the sense of flexibility, no one act defines you. We're going to be able to always return back to this really grounded sense of yourself and practicing healthy basics on a consistent basis most of the time. It's very freeing. There's a lot of freedom in these practices, and you still get the result that you want. We're going to learn to listen to our body's needs. My intention for you is that you exercise your right to be yourself. Knowing who you are, who you be as a being is really, really important. And then also acknowledge the significance of your past. So maybe even think about that in part of your intention. When did I first start gaining weight? When did I first start having emotional eating? When did I first go on a diet? Again, we have an opportunity to reflect on the inner child voice of the past and the habits that keep repeating themselves. And we really get to apply our current, future, grandmother, wisdom self on us. And we're going to be here to guide you through that. Over time, you're going to reach your weight goals, and maybe not even weight goals, right? You're going to reach your body goals by living this way and practicing this. And this is a lifelong journey. We're not going to have you lose 30 pounds in 6 weeks. We're going to have you renew your relationship to weight. And we're going to see what happens because I bet over time we're going to see a lot of amazing benefits. The meal plan, we encourage that you print each week's meal plan the weekend before, review it, look at the recipes. There's a grocery shopping list. It's very easy to follow, very easy to buy exactly what you need for the week. As a recommendation, you can add more vegetables, more herbs, more spices to your liking. Weight Watchers calls these free foods. They are fantastic for your health, wonderful for your gut microbiome. We do want to work with you. Many of you are going to feel no restriction. Some of you are going to feel lots of restriction. We have the meal plan designed to be lower in calorie so that you can lose weight. But if you're feeling unsatisfied, if you're feeling hungry, again, we're going to work with you to get you through these sort of like humps. We're going to be able to feed you more fiber. Maybe you need more protein. Maybe you need more healthy fat. And then also, it's okay to substitute different meat options, animal, non-animal, etc. It's okay. And then please follow fermented food suggestions and also the fiber suggestions. So there are a couple supplement options or at least recommendations in the meal plan, and we encourage you to use them because when you are portion restricted, you're going to need to supplement. And then consider the portion sizes that we have laid out. Again, Bonnie is a bariatric dietitian in her day job, and she has lots of experience with this. The portion sizes are accurate for gastric bypass, for sleeve gastrectomy. And then absolutely report to us in the Facebook group. How are you doing? If you're enjoying a recipe, if you're really having fun, take a selfie, post it on our, if you want to post it to Instagram, great. We can share it publicly. If you're not comfortable with that, post it to our private group. This is your chance to shine, your chance to, again, feel that pleasure reward system of having positive praise because you're all worthy of it. Live calls, I already mentioned, write these dates down, mark them in your calendar. And then we're going to have a Google form sent out via email where you can submit questions ahead of time for those of you that aren't going to be able to make it live. And then our private Facebook group, again, it's closed. It is a private group. It is your safe space. We're going to be posting weekly threads or little, I don't know if you guys know what a thread is, but basically Bonnie and I will submit a question. And then according to that question, you guys can then reply and respond within that question. And that's going to be a way for us to really, again, build community, develop trust, and also get that sort of live back and forth kind of feedback. And then accountability and community are made here. And then, just as a last reminder, there's no such thing as perfection. Hold kindness in your heart for yourself and others. Each day is a new day full of possibilities. And you are so courageous for being here and showing up for yourself. Okay. We're all going to have different outcomes. We're all going to have up and down days. And again, we're just here to facilitate holding safe spaces for us to do that. Respect your boundaries for self care. That is really important. We want you to listen to your body, follow your impulse. And again, we are so grateful you are here. We couldn't be more excited to get started.